All rise. Support court with Judge Vunderbee is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1059, Ricardo case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated.
Buckle up, because this one starts wild and never lets up. Miss Ricardo enters court accusing her husband Benny of being zero responsible for their 4 kids. She says they're separated but still married, and he's living like a bachelor, while she raises their children solo. Benny immediately denies everything and throws out whatever, like he's at a cookout, not in front of a judge. His catchphrase earns him a quick check from Judge Vunderbee, who reminds him real fast, this is a courtroom, not open mic night. Before Miss Ricardo can even finish her sentence, Benny interrupts again, already setting the tone for chaos. What follows is a mess of deflection, shade, and that infamous line. One of them kids don't even got my eyes.
All right. Miss Ricardo,
Yes.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Yes. Well, I brought my husband, Benny, for child support.
We're not
we have 4
actually,
kids.
we're separated, Your Honor.
We are still married, though. We have 4 kids, and he is zero responsible, and I need help.
I don't know what you talk about being zero
Excuse me,
responsible.
sir.
She's accusing me of stuff that is not true. I'm very responsible.
She hasn't said more than 3 words,
Exactly.
though. You haven't even given her a chance to speak.
Whatever.
Excuse me, are you referring to me saying whatever, or are you referring to her?
No, Your Honor, I'm not. I was kind of just. That's one of my catchphrases. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, you might want to catch that mouth and keep it to yourself, because, you know, there's no need to be disrespectful to me. I haven't done anything. It's my job to listen to what you.
When Benny implies that the youngest child might be his drummers, the courtroom takes a sharp left into daytime. TV drama. Miss Ricardo fires back that he's hiding behind lies and groupies while she's been left to manage everything. She describes how Benny's music career exploded, and with it came random women calling her up saying, they're with Benny now. The judge stays silent, just sipping figurative tea, stunned at the level of disrespect. Benny tries to pivot, into denial, but Miss Ricardo stays locked in. I don't care what you're doing with these girls, I need your help with our kids. At this point, we're all wondering how this marriage lasted 15 years.
All are saying,
Okay,
then make the best decision.
I got
Your
it.
Honor,
For the
this is the
children.
type of attitude I have to deal with. Every time I try to call him, every time I try asking for help, every time I try to ask him, hey, at least call your kids, try to see, if they're okay.
And how many kids do you all have?
4.
4
we have
kids.
4 kids. We have 2 girls and 2 boys.
I don't even know if one
ridiculous.
of them is mine, Your Honor. I don't even know if one of them is mine. One of them, the last one, that's the one, that's the straw that broke the camel's back, that last one. Because my drummer might have something to do with that. He was beating more than just drums.
Wow, I'm running out of tea up here. Ma'am,
No.
continue with your story.
So he is, like I said, zero responsible. And we have been together for 15 years. He has been bringing people in and out of the house all the time, all these musicians, people he works with. I'm a teacher.
What does he do for a living?
Things spiral. When Benny continues pushing his theory that the last child isn't his, because he don't got my eyes. The judge, unimpressed, reminds him that 4 kids born during a marriage are presumed his. Benny shifts gears and starts throwing around claims about his net worth, claiming it's only $500,000 with his money tied up in investments. But wait, it gets worse. When asked how many kids he has total, Benny casually says he lost count, chalking it up to medicinal substances he took for his eyesight. The whole courtroom is left blinking in disbelief. You can't make this stuff up. The man is literally out here forgetting his own kids.
He's a R&B singer.
Oh, okay.
He has a group.
Okay.
He started making it big, making all this money, and then he decides he wants to leave me. And then I start receiving calls from all these girls, saying, hey, I'm with him or whatever. I'm with Benny, I don't care if he's your husband or whatever. And I'm thinking, what's going on? Because I didn't know about all these girls before that. And I asked him
Jackie,
about it.
that's how we met, Jackie.
That's
We
how
met because you was a
I always ask you
groupie.
about it, and you always deny everything. But you know what? You are not responsible with your kids. I don't care if you're doing all these girls, okay? I need your help, money-wise. That's the type of attitude I have to deal with. He ignores everything I say. And my last kid is our kid, okay? I don't know. He just made up a whole story about a drummer.
That kid don't even look like me, Your Honor. He don't even look like me. Yeah, he dark like me, but he don't got my eyes. Look into my eyes, Your Honor. If you was to see my kid, you wouldn't think that these eyes was his eyes. Because it ain't my kid.
He's
Jackie.
he's light-skinned, but you know, he has some Latin in him too.
I couldn't tell by the eyes.
Well, you know.
Judge Vunderbee asks about health insurance, and Miss Ricardo says she's been paying nearly $950 a month for herself and the kids. Benny doesn't seem to understand the basics, insisting his future investments will benefit everyone, including the one that ain't mine. When reminded of his role as a father, Benny proudly brags about helping once for braces. Then, he drags his own kid, claiming the child used to whistle while rapping and was embarrassing him on stage. Judge Vunderbee is clearly floored, sarcastically calling it good parenting before digging into the actual math. Spoiler, Benny's about to feel it where it hurts, his bank account.
I can't help that, yo.
So that is the reason I'm bringing him to court today. I need help with my 4 kids.
Okay. It sounds like you all need a lot more help than just with me here today. Benny, was it?
Yes, it's Benny, Your Honor.
Benny, it's your turn. You know, tell me what
look.
your side is.
She wants all this money from me, and the truth of the matter is, Your Honor, it sounds like a lot of money, but I got other kids to take care of too. You know,
All
she
right.
ain't the only one. She knew I had kids before we got married.
No, I didn't.
Now let's talk about.
Now you calling me a liar?
Yeah, you are a liar.
I ain't a liar. You
yes,
a liar.
You are. You never
a
told me
bold-faced
that.
liar. She a bold-faced
No,
liar,
you
Your
never
Honor.
told me this. After our second child,
What is
then
a
you started
bold-faced
coming.
liar exactly?
Just look at her face and look how bold she is with what's coming out her mouth.
Oh, okay. Well, Benny, we're going to focus on the facts, okay? We are not going to name call or anything like that. That does not help the situation. Now, my question to you is, how much money are you making?
As the judge runs the numbers, Benny starts squirming. Miss Ricardo confirms the insurance covers 5 people, but only 4 are their kids, leading to a $760 monthly bill. Benny is told to reimburse half, $380. His reaction? Complete disbelief. He acts like $380 is an attack on his freedom, while Miss Ricardo practically laughs at the absurdity of his logic. The judge stays calm but firm, preparing to set formal child support. But when she reminds Benny of what he said earlier, that he makes $500K, he tries to backpedal again. Too late. Judge Vunderbee is about to make sure those kids get their slice,